Williams veers left, pulls up, looking for the lead, and got it. Jalen Williams, 2 seconds, 1:11, 1:09. Out, SGA, probing, piercing, spinning, hanging for the lead, and SGA knocks it down. The Thunder finally get the defensive stop, and SGA puts them in front.
I'm Kenrich Williams. You're listening to Topic Thunder.
And welcome in to another episode of the Topic Thunder podcast. I'm your host, Alex. Dylan is not here. Nova's in the hospital, so prayers up to him and him and his family. Hopefully everything is okay with Nova. But yeah, always praying for the little man. But hey, I am joined today by a couple of my good friends. So from Oklahoma City, Matty Tierney. Matt, how you doing, man?
It's been a long time since I've been here. I'm happy to be back. It's been a fun couple of games. We played, I think, statistically 1.4 games per game, something like that. We played a total of almost 3 games in about 2 games of the NBA season. 2 double overtimes.
Yep.
I think the most fun team in the NBA so far in terms of, just excitement. The fact that
definitely most talked about,
not just because we won a title. By the way, welcome NBA champions in the chat, Thunder fans. But besides the fact that we are champions, the fact that we've been in these exciting games has been very fun, and also not the best for my mental state because. Well, especially the Houston game, which we'll get to in a second. And I know Dylan and Thunder Focus talked about that on Tuesday, but we didn't have a chance to mention it. My goodness, what a mental battle that was. And then the other day on Thursday, just Indiana's double overtime game again. We've just been having a lot of high octane games early in the season. So it's been fun in the most stressful way for the NBA season. I'm happy to be here, happy to talk about it all. And we're just gonna recap it.
We want to go ahead and get these games out of the way early this year. Like we hardly played any last year, and then we got into close games in the playoffs, and it kind of bit us in the butt some games in the playoffs. So I think we're just trying to get these out the way early, and then we're gonna go ahead and coast to victories and in games 80 through 3 through 80, 82. So also joining us from Seattle, El Senor. Stephen Dolan.
El Senor.
I like it.
El Senor Dolan.
Hey guys, I'm happy to be here. It's been pretty crazy games. It's been good for my mental health. I'm in a very relaxed place this season. Like even when the game's going to overtime and stuff, I'm just like, brother. This is cool. Like extra basketball.
I seriously thought I would be the same way heading to the season. I'm like, hey, we've gotten the hard part out of the way. We've gotten the championship under our belt. I thought it would be like, hey, if we lose a game here and there, if we lose these first 2 games, it is what it is. This team will course correct. No, man, I have been stressed these last 2 games. Like, I've been watching these games. I'm like, what are y'all doing? Why are you playing like this? Blah, 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 blah.
The Kevin Durant timeout just got me. I was in a tizzy and just
Kevin Durant triple choke. He choked that game 3 times.
Yep, missed free throw, almost timeout, and then fouling out.
I was in a tizzy the whole time. I think it was partly the offense, which we'll get into probably, but I was just mentally just frustrated and annoyed, and I don't know why. Because I shouldn't be. Because we just won the championship. We should be fine. I need to get into that mentality. I need to get into that zen.
We won the championship. We have all these injuries. So the expectations, I'm not really that crushed if we lose because J-Dub's out. We have a built-in excuse already. I'm just, it's all very easgeing to me right now. So you guys can join me. It's great.
We'll try. And this podcast, I know Dylan usually does this, right at the intro, but this podcast is sponsored by FanDuel. I am not a gambler. First of all, I live in Oklahoma, so legally, we're mostly
Not
not
yet.
allowed to gamble.
Not yet.
Yeah,
No
not
Chauncey.
yet. I don't know how it is in Washington State. I'm pretty sure Washington
Illegal.
State, it's illegal there.
It's completely illegal because the
Tough.
tribes have
Tough
a
trial.
the tribes
Tough trial
maintain
to
a
have for
monopoly.
that.
So you can go to a casino and do it, but all the online stuff's illegal.
Might be the same thing here in Oklahoma.
It definitely
It could be like a Bible Belt thing, but it could
Yeah,
also be
100
like the
It definitely
Native
is in
American.
Oklahoma. Definitely
Yeah.
is there. Yeah.
But since we don't really know too much about gambling here, since we can't do parlays and tell you about what you should do and smash this and match that and blah 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 blah.
You should tail
something like
or
that.
or short. No,
Oh,
wait,
yeah.
what's the one where you go fade? You fade it or you tail it?
Yeah, do
Fade.
run the short, do the short. Yeah, something in that stock market stuff.
Yeah, short stock market.
Yeah, there you go.
What's the difference?
That's what they call it.
Which
The
is
short market
basically
stuff.
another form of gambling. I mean,
It is. Yeah.
but since we are not very adept at that, I do want to kind of move to a story that's a little bit more like gambling adjacent, as far as what is going on in the NBA currently. And just touch on
Ooh.
this real quick.
Ooh.
Does it
Real
affect
quick.
the Thunder?
We got to do it real quick.
We
I've
gotta
been
go
very
super
frustrated.
fast. We gotta go.
And there's such
super
good basketball
fast.
on right now, and still all the national pods have to spend like half of it talking about this right now. So
Exactly.
let's just get through it.
So today or yesterday, was it today or yesterday?
Yesterday.
Yesterday, yeah. So it came out that the FBI has basically come out and said that there's a couple NBA players that were involved with the mafia, with La Costa Nostra, in regards to. I feel like we should have like Godfather music playing in the background while we're talking about this.
Well, at one point, I think we had Mark Dagnall as the Slob Father, and we had shirts around the Godfather, IP. So
That would be amazing.
I'm thinking of that right now. But
I forgot about that, but that would be amazing. But we would have, there you go.
I don't know who's in the distant background. There's some Godfather music. There you go.
But yeah.
By the way, sorry, I just realized my mic was to the mic that was like way over there. So my mic should now be right up to my mouth if you can hear me. So apologies.
So basically, Terry Rozier, Chauncey Billups, have been caught up with the mafia as far as like fixing games, as far as possibly throwing games. There was, if you go onto Twitter and you look at and you find like Terry Rozier lowlights as far as maybe throwing a game,
So funny.
they're pretty bad.
What we have? Sorry, just what we have is Terry Rozier was doing something where he would like tell people to bet his unders and then leave the game.
Yeah, he would be like, "Oh, I'm hurt."
Did.
Yeah.
Chauncey Billups' thing, and he is also in the Terry Rozier indictment.
Mm-hmm.
Without being identified, except they very explicitly like describe him in a very detailed way that you can definitely tell it's him. Like, he was a NBA All-Star from this year to this year, and has been a head coach.
Head coach in Oregon. It's like you can figure out the dots.
I wonder who.
But what he apparently did is he's been tipping people off that like so and so is going to be injured. We're planning on tanking this game. Like stuff like that. Like, and
he also had a game. I think they were mentioning a game where like it was a close game, and he took the top two scorers in the game out, like for part.
Yeah, but even that is like they were tanking, like the Blazers were tanking, and he told people they were tanking, and so they had that inside information. It doesn't seem at this point like we have any proof that Chauncey was like doing anything to affect the games related to betting. He was just telling bettors, giving them inside information so they could cheat.
Which
is not good,
trading.
But at least like the games were intact. Terry Rozier was like actually like in the game. Like,
very, very much active in this.
Yes.
Betting.
So slightly separate things, but also intermingled. They were caught up in the same investigation. So that's why they were arrested on the same day.
Wasn't the beginning of Chauncey Billups doing what he did was basically like he was involved in some illegal card games, illegal poker games.
Yeah.
So he had a
like
debt
separate from the NBA stuff, kind of is that Chauncey Billups and some other NBA adjacent people were being used as faces to draw in
The Mafia.
players
Mm-hmm.
to a Mafia card game that was rigged with like crazy technology, with like X-ray glasses and like glow in the dark cards and cameras and stuff.
What's that?
So that's why
what's
the
that Magic
investigation
movie,
started.
the heist
Really.
movie?
It's
Now You
You
See
see me.
yeah. It's all just
It's all
the
Ocean's
technology.
11-y. It's all like Now You See Me.
I kind of like that, but I'm still bummed that the sequel wasn't called Now You Don't. I feel like that was a big miss.
The new movie coming out is Now You See Me, Now You Don't. By the way.
They went back to it.
There's a third one. I love that. I love that movie series. By the way, the one coming out in theaters is that. So, just to let you know.
Anyway. Chauncey's gone.
Yeah,
and Terry Rozier's gone.
He's not coming back,
and they will never be seen from again.
I just am like, it's tough because. Sports gambling,
because we're sponsored by FanDuel.
Yeah, sports gambling is a weird spot. Everyone everyone you see on TV, everyone you see on YouTube, and everyone you see on your screen is sponsored by a sports gambling thing, an entity. And it's not because they did it illegally. It's because they did it very, like, it was a law that passed years ago. And now we're in this weird state of, fluidity that you've got to maneuver around. We talked about the ESPN situation where ESPN was talking about Terry Rozier, and then they removed the ESPN bet ad from the ticker thing before we went live. That's really weird, right? Like that dichotomy of talking about betting, but also you are sponsoring betting is a weird place 100%. To be in.
Yeah, like you're looking at the illegality of it, and you're taking off the brand, and then when you go back to talking about, hey, who's going to be your bets, who's your bad beats or whatever, you put it back on there, like.
And to be truthful, like I've seen some companies who are sponsored by sports betting brands be like, oh, this is actually good that we are sponsored by them because we wouldn't have seen this trend. The FBI could not have uncovered this. And to that, my rebuttal is, well, the prop bets are why they are getting these amounts of dollars, which would not have been legal if this was not legalized. And it's getting very muddy and murky. So, I'm not directly sponsored by this. I know our podcast is, but it's like the situation is very weird. It's very fluid. But the point is, like, if you are a public figure, if you are I guess I should say, if you're a public sports player, basketball, soccer, hockey, baseball, whatever it is, you should not be promoting this in any kind. You should not be engaging in this. But everybody else should be able to do so. How you separate that is very difficult. So that's the part that will require a lot of time, a lot of conversation. But the point of this is that this specific situation should not have happened. And to the Chauncey Billups thing, which is a little bit different because it is not sports betting. It's more of they, lured people with money to go play poker, and they had these, like, I don't know how they explained, these weird X-ray tables that read their cards or whatever. That to me is like, a little more black and white. Like, you should not be doing that. But that to me is pretty stupid. But the fact of the matter is, we should
move on. Like, seriously, like, it's the first week of the NBA season. Like, the Thunder played 2 double overtime games this week. Victor Wembanyama is, doing Victor Wembanyama things.
Taking a
the
lead.
Rockets are 0-2.
Taking a
lead.
We
have things to talk about. We have basketball to talk about.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine being Adam Silver. Like, this has been a great first couple of days of the season. Like, amazing. Like,
to have the storyline though is
The games have been amazing. The individual performances have been amazing. And what is the 2 things that he's had to talk about here over the past couple of weeks? It's been gambling.
Yep.
And then it's been what was the first controversy with Adam Silver?
Besides gambling.
Kawhi Leonard.
Oh yeah.
Like he had that, like he had that. It's kind of been blown over. It's kind of been quiet, and all of a sudden this happens. Like I would hate to be Adam Silver right now.
Basketball.
Let's go
Play some
basketball.
ball.
Let's
Some
go
ball, boys.
Houston. First game of the season. Ring night. So
Ring night.
Dylan
Great
and Thunder
time.
Focus gave you a podcast and talked about it. It was an amazing night. We got our rings, we got our championship banner, and then we played the game, and it was an amazing game. Like again, for the most part, Houston was completely healthy, except for Van Fleet. And then on our side, for the most part, we had Dub out.
I don't think we need to you talk about this game and then the Pacers game, and the Thunder fans are like, well, J-Dub was out. And then the other fans are like, yeah, well, Fred VanVleet or Tyrese Halliburton were out. And it's like, but they're not coming back.
Yeah, they're not.
Like, that is your team. I'm sorry. Like,
yeah.
It sucks that they're out, and I know you have to wrap your head around it and stuff, but I don't think we need to lead with those guys are out, because they're not on the team this season.
Oh no,
You know
I know
what I
that.
mean?
No.
Yeah.
But I mean, they were able to talk about it. What are some things that you guys really enjoyed about that night, and just made it fun? Just made it a fun night overall. So I'll start with Dolan. Go ahead.
The KD triple choke. That was great.
That was fun.
Shea just being super duper clutch. He had the jumper to give us the lead, the jumper to tie the game, hit the free throws late. Just really good clutch game from Shea. What else?
Amazing game by
Mitchell was cool. Chet was really cool.
Chet was awesome.
Half.
Chet was awesome. I love Chet.
Yeah, Chet was awesome. I just enjoy watching Alex Caruso guard big guys. I know it didn't really work as well that night, but it's still really fun to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, you see
cost him
why,
a concussion, but we survive.
See why he can't really do that for an 82 game schedule. Like he's gonna get tossed around. He's gonna get out physicaled, but he did a great job on Şengün. He was in there. And the Thunder were running a weird, kind of like a weird junk defense where whenever Okogie was in the game, the big man, the center that we had out there was guarding Okogie, and Caruso would be guarding Şengün. And so whenever Şengün would start to kind of get into the lane or start to back down Caruso, then the center would come in and they would leave Okogie open. And so, I thought it was something I thought it was a look. Is one of those things where Mark gets data and gets information, and it was just one of those things where this could be something that we put into, we put in our back pocket and we take it out if we face Houston in the playoffs or something like that. So, kind of keep an eye on that, kind of keep a reminder on that. Tierney, did you have anything about this game?
What about Dort on KD was really cool.
Yeah.
Just denying the ball, and KD was shooting really well, but he had one shot for a large chunk of the game. He got one shot off because he could just not get the ball. So
I think part of that too was we went into this game being outside of KD, who's going to shoot the ball, and I think Şengün kind of showed up quite a bit. Shout out him. He went 7 for 5 for 8
from 3. Yeah.
I was very impressed.
He completely crashed back down to earth against the Pistons.
0 for 2 from 3.
Paul Reed was guarding him.
B-ball Paul,
most
Steve.
of the game.
It's B-ball Paul. Come on now.
It's not, but that's the.
Did you hear his nickname?
Side of the B-ball.
His name is B-ball Paul.
He's 5 for 18, 0 for 2 from 3. It's could you not have just, But
interestingly enough, I wonder if these are anomalies, because jumping a little bit forward to the Pacers game, I wonder the Pacers game, especially late in the fourth quarter, felt like an anomaly too, where the shooting just felt very, we were playing some pretty good defense. They just hit some shots that we guarded well, but they just happened to fall in, and maybe Şengün was an example of that too. But Şengün played a really good game for what it's worth.
Game
on Tuesday.
Life.
Yeah, 5 for 8 and 12 for 24. So, credit where it's due. But if if that's not going to be the norm for him, maybe that's not the credit it deserves.
But it's one of those situations where if Şengün is shooting the ball so much, then KD isn't. And so it kind of works in your favor eventually. Like he had a game of his life.
Right.
But if you're taking the ball away from Durant, then the best offensive player for them is not able to do what he does. And so what does he do out there? He's not really doing anything else. He's not facilitating. He's not, he's not doing anything playmaker wise. So, it kind of worked out in our favor, even though Şengün was having an amazing game and he was putting up points and he was keeping them in the game. It kind of worked out in our favor in the end.
KD went only attempted 4 field goals from the fourth quarter to the end of that double overtime game.
Wow. And that shouldn't be happening.
Right. That speaks to Lou Dort.
And that speaks to no point guard.
Yeah.
For the Rockets. So
yeah. I mean, Reed Sheppard. Yeah, if I was on the podcast with Dylan, excuse me, I would have gone into this a little bit more. But Reed Sheppard is
large item.
Yeah, single large item would have been Reed Sheppard is
tiny
single
item.
tiny little itty bitty squeeze him in a box. Reed Sheppard. Yeah, he's so small. He's so cute out there, and we just Lou Dort's spin move on him and Shea just crossing him up. It was like, this is just too easy.
Wiggins getting by him and dunking it.
Yeah, this cannot be the Rockets offense on the perimeter with Reed Sheppard, or defense, excuse me, with Reed Sheppard. So
it's a -13 tonight.
They got to figure that out. I don't know how they do because they don't have a lot of moves left, but yeah, Reed Sheppard is great. He's pretty good offensively, defensively, very not good.
Yeah, so
they have moves. They have moves that just basically they would just have to trade Fred VanVleet while he's injured, which feels mean.
That feels mean, very mean.
Maybe they could do it. He's like been at practice, like vocally leading the team, and like.
I don't know why you would do that if you're a Rockets fan or Rockets.
Who out there would want to trade a point guard? Like maybe Jrue Holiday?
Drew, yeah.
Because he played under Udoka, over in Boston. So that's a possibility.
Yeah. He's like 30. He's like 35, right?
Yeah. I have no idea what he has
like
left.
31.
He's not as good as he once was.
No.
Yeah.
But he's better than Sheppard, probably.
He's definitely better than Sheppard. That's for sure.
So 125, 124 double overtime win. That was fun. It was one of those games where at the end of the night, you were just exhausted. I'm pretty sure all the players were exhausted, double overtime. And so then we move on.
And then right back to it.
Yeah, and then we move on to Thursday night's game. And we play the Pacers. Very familiar foe, except without Halliburton. But a lot of the things that made Indiana during the finals and during that playoff run showed up during their game against us on Thursday. Things like just very, very physical play, good defense, good shot making. And so
things like getting roasted by Shea.
Yeah, things like getting roasted by Shea. And so we went into this game. A lot of our roster was out. Kaysen was out. Alex Caruso was out with a concussion. And then, of course, Isaiah Joe, all of them were out. Topic.
All those guys.
And so, we were left with a pretty bare cupboard as far as available players. We only had 11 in the game and many minutes to hand out. And so we're going to go ahead and do single large item for this game. Dolan, I started off with Tierney last time. So, Dolan, go ahead. Run with it, man.
Suckers. AJ Mitchell.
Mitchell.
He's the center of all this, baby. He's the center of all the single large items we're going to talk about.
So good, man.
How does he keep getting away with this?
How does he keep getting away with it? Yeah.
Aaron
Speaking
Paul.
of which, I would just like to bring up the fact that AJ Mitchell was procured by trading Lindy Waters for a late second round pick.
Second round.
And then trading cash to move up in the second round. And then trading cash to move up again in the second round. To get Lindy Waters at 38, I think.
Round,
to
baby.
get AJ Mitchell at 38.
Yep.
That's just for Sam Presti to have a record number of picks, including at one point he had 17 second round picks, I think. This was probably that point. And instead of just spending second round picks, he was like, I'm just going to spend Lindy Waters and then move up 3 spots at a time with cash to get this guy. who in year 2 is already looking like a solid rotation player.
Look at
with upside.
more than that, but yeah,
With
definitely a solid
upside.
rotation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like at bare minimum, this is a guy that I trust on the court. And he, went off in this game for 26 points. He was just, driving to the rack. It seemed like every time he touched the ball, and seemed like the only guy outside of Shea and then like a little bit of Aaron Wiggins who could actually create anything.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, obviously we don't win this game without AJ Mitchell.
Absolutely
Obviously.
not.
Like that's probably an understatement, but he was just outstanding. Just outstanding.
Can I give you the transaction train that was to get
Do it.
AJ Mitchell?
Proof, brother.
So Thunder trade Lindy Waters to Golden State for the rights to the number 52 pick. Then the Thunder trade the rights to the number 52 pick and cash to Portland for the rights to the number 40 pick. Then they trade the number 40 pick and cash to the New York Knicks for number 38. Like any one of those teams would love to have AJ Mitchell right now.
My goodness.
And Lindy Waters, we're talking about a guy who was just like scrap heap, multi-year two-way. Like he's had some moments after that, but he was just not going to be on the team the next year. Sam Presti essentially bought AJ Mitchell.
Well, Lindy Waters did have that one TikTok clip where that one girl said,
hall pass, baby.
True.
Hall pass was Lindy Waters. So we missed out on that, but for moving past that
is the epitome of Lindy Waters right there.
That's Lindy Waters' legacy. But also to Lindy Waters is, sorry, I'm thinking Lindy was. AJ Mitchell is on contract with the Thunder for 3 years and $9 million. That's like
next year's non-guaranteed, and the last year's a team option.
Like holy cow, dude! What are we doing with these contracts? Like, how is Sam Presti doing this? This is unbelievable.
Jedi mind tricks, baby. Jedi mind.
Well, I'm pretty sure these two-way contracts. Like, I think when he's drafting these guys in the second round, there's a lot of negotiation that goes on with second-round draft picks before they're drafted because the contracts aren't guaranteed. He's telling these guys, if I draft you, you're going to be on a two-way. But B, if you perform, we will give you this contract, and laying it out at that point. And I think they're basically agreeing to that contract before they get drafted. That's what I'm pretty sure about.
I don't understand how we keep getting away with this though. He can't keep getting away with this, as Aaron Paul would say in Breaking Bad. The amount of second rounders that we just seem to pull out of the diamonds of the rough is phenomenal. AJ Mitchell in this fourth quarter of this Pacers game, I went back and watched it. I couldn't watch it on Thursday. I went back and watched it tonight. It's so fascinating what they are trying to do with him and Shea, but more importantly, in this fourth quarter, when things felt like they were, for everyone who watched the entire game for Indiana, the offense was not good for a large portion of this. The shooting was very bad. It was inefficient, looked rough. AJ Mitchell was the guy who came in not only when Shea was out of the game in the third quarter and produced then, but in the fourth quarter when Shea was also getting the ball. And interestingly, was kind of the decoy for Shea, because you saw the Indiana defense being like, okay, obviously we're going to prioritize the number one scorer on the team, the MVP. He can do whatever he wants. And then you would see him pass him off to AJ on the wing, and it would just be like this very easy drive to the basket almost consistently. And that was very interesting from a offensive scheme perspective, where you saw a lot of Shea being like, hey, I'm not going to be the one right now. It's you, AJ, in this fourth quarter. And then when it got to overtime and double overtime, it was a little bit more of Shea, obviously. But that crucial 6 minutes of the fourth quarter was very, very, very interesting from a offensive scheme perspective where they switched it up a little bit. And then I think it was the first offensive or the first overtime, AJ did get a couple of crucial free throws, but besides that, it was mostly in the fourth quarter. AJ Mitchell was like a big part of this offense, and I want to see more of AJ and Shea together. Like that to me is really intriguing because I want to see how defenses play them, because if AJ Mitchell can play that type of basketball with Shea, with an Indiana defense, which I think they're who is it? I'm blanking on the guy who fouled out on the Indiana Pacers now, but whoever fouled out was still on the court at the time. Like that to me is a pretty legitimate defense on the court when AJ and Shea were on at the same time. That to me is very intriguing, because if they can't be, I guess Alex jumped out. If they can produce that type of offense with the level of defense that Indiana has, and AJ and Shea can play off of each other a little bit, that is a really cool wrinkle that we haven't seen before.
Yeah, I think he allows you to attack the defense whenever the offense stagnates, and so that's what we saw in this game. And you're gonna need that. You're gonna need that whenever J-Dub is still out. You're gonna need that in the playoffs whenever you just have those nights where the offense stagnates, and you're gonna need somebody that attacks. Like if AJ wasn't there, we'd just be having this type of offense where you're throwing it around the perimeter and you're trying to find somebody who gets open. But the defense, if it's a good defense, they usually just stay home if they don't have an attacker, if there's nobody attacking that defense. And so if you have somebody that's able to attack the teeth of the defense, like AJ is, hopefully like Topic is, then you should have more avenues to opening up the offense and not necessarily just staying in that stagnation when it happens. Do you have any more?
It's going to mostly come in handy when, during the stagger minutes, when it's Shea alone or Dub alone, once Dub returns. Because then you're going to have somebody else who can help them create out there, and it's not going to be just a one-man show.
Yeah.
Although the one-man Shea show is obviously incredible.
Pretty cool.
But, sometimes the one-man Dub show can use a little secondary creation.
Yeah.
90 points in 2 games. It's pretty crazy.
That is crazy. So, single large item. Tierney, you want to move? You want to grab that one, or?
I mean,
something else.
I guess it was AJ already taken because I ranted about him a lot. But
yeah, that was mine.
That was Dolan's.
Sorry, dude. I guess Aaron Wiggins then, because I'll leave Shea for you. Aaron Wiggins.
Magnanimous.
It was mostly the first overtime, but I think a little bit of the second overtime where Aaron Wiggins just shooting was like insanely clutch.
2 3s.
Yeah, insanely clutch. We in a game where the Rockets kind of stifled all of that, and you got a pretty legitimate playoff defense in them with their length. We were hoping for something. AJ Mitch or Aaron Wiggins' night was very refreshing. I don't know how much he can keep that up. I don't think he's going to be shooting over 50% every night, but those moments he had in that overtime series were very important for us. Because like I said earlier, AJ Mitchell was a very crucial part of the fourth quarter, but he was not as much a part of the overtime. Aaron Wiggins was the additional part of this, in addition to Shea's, MVP-like performance. So his shooting was crucial beyond none. I don't think anybody shot above 2 made threes, and I'm checking right now. Shea was he was 2 for 7. Nobody else shot more than 1 3 or made more than 1 3 outside of Aaron Wiggins. So he made 5, just to put it in perspective.
Yeah.
So that was a very crucial part of this overtime series was his shooting. And just to double check, he went 2 for 3 and double overtime. So I think that was a big reason we won this game. I think at that point, after he made those 2 threes, we pretty much made like a 4 or 5 point lead, and it was done by then. So I would say it was probably the reason we sealed that game. Aaron Wiggins saved basketball once again.
Yeah, I mean, it's just good to see Aaron Wiggins. Like, he was my pick for 6th man of the year. I know he started in this game, so that kind of negates that. But I do foresee Aaron Wiggins being a big part of the bench unit and being a big part of the rotation moving forward. And these are the types of things that he can do. He can go out there and he can win you a game just by being able to shoot, being able to play, score offensively. And so, yeah, he did what he always does. He had a much better game than he did in game 1. But game 1, he was still doing his thing. He was still hitting shots. It just, it wasn't as well as he did in this game. So pretty good to see that.
It's such a luxury to have a guy like that coming off the bench.
And Dolan, how much is he making in the final 2 years of his contract? 8 point something?
8 and change.
So,
yeah.
So little.
With a team option.
Yeah.
We're so set up for this,
So
like 2028, I think it is, whatever the year is where this really becomes bad. We're just so set up. That's great.
Yes. But yeah, I mean,
when we talk about like the laying out the cap situation through that time period and like when the second apron is going to come into play and like who we can count on down the road, and is it going to be Hartenstein that has to go, or is there another way to make it work to keep him if he takes a little bit less money and we have to ship out some other guys, but we can make it stack up if we have enough people? That conversation becomes, I remember talking about it this offseason, that conversation changes dramatically if one of these guys, if Topic or AJ or Sorber or Barnheiser or next year's draft pick really pop and like really become a reliable bench player that you can count on going into the future, that changes that calculation like dramatically, right? If you're like, okay, well, we really want to keep Hartenstein, so if he'll take a little bit less money, now we have to save money somewhere else. So, okay, now we can't afford Isaiah Joe, and now we can't afford one of the 3 of Caruso, Kaysen, and Dort. Our depth's really going to take a hit. Like, is it worth this sacrifice to keep Hartenstein? And it's like, oh, well, if AJ Mitchell is like a legitimate rotation player, then that decision becomes a lot easier. So the repercussions are really like, it's not just he helps a lot this year. Like, it could make the next 5 years dramatically easier.
And it's not just that. Like, so I put out a tweet earlier today that AJ Mitchell is broccoli eating Trey Mann. Ooh. He does the things that Trey Mann didn't do to stay on the floor. He plays the defense. He plays efficiently offensively as far as like playmaking goes. And so no bullets to Trey Mann, but I think AJ Mitchell is what we were hoping for, and maybe what the coaching staff was hoping for when they played him and they said that, that quote about Skittles and broccoli. Like,
well, can we say Brussels sprouts?
Hey, nice.
What was
He's from Belgium.
He's from Belgium.
Ah, got it. I got the joke now.
He eats his Brussels sprouts.
He eats his Brussels sprouts.
Belgian waffles, baby.
I do think he's like notably more aggressive defensively, though. Yeah. Maybe that's just me.
He is, for sure. He looks like a bad defender sometimes, just net relative to the rest
size
of the
wise,
team, but he's absolutely not. He's like a fine defender. He holds up. He's strong.
Here's hoping he does hold up, because the knock on him
he holds up
injury wise, but here's hoping that here's hoping he's drinking his milk and all that good stuff.
Did you guys think he was in the fourth quarter, especially like Shea was? This is more offensive. Like Shea was giving him the ball a little bit more. I felt like.
I mean, the defense is completely geared towards SGA. So if you're able to find somebody that's able to attack,
That's what I.
That would be Dub. He was basically doing the guard to guard screening that they did with Dub in the finals. He was just doing it with AJ Mitchell.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Yeah, I think that's exactly what it was. Which I think is a testament to AJ because
You earn trust.
I don't think Shea Gilgeous-Alexander just gives you the ball if you're just like a mediocre point guard backup.
Wasn't the story that?
Well, it's
like
not plan A.
Yeah. Hey, there you go. Bye, Giddy. Wasn't
good.
the
That's
story that AJ Mitchell, like, he would go watch film with SGA and with like Hartenstein or something like that?
Yeah, I've heard. I think on Down to Dunk they've said that they watch film in groups. So like the ball handlers watch film together, and then the defensive guards who are in the text chat with each other watch film together. And the ball handler film room was just Shea, Dub, and AJ.
Nice.
I assume
And that
Topic
builds
is in there now.
camaraderie, that builds trust,
Topic
like
will
you
be
said.
there.
So yeah, 100%. So moving on to my thing, I can't believe that we are 2 single large items into this thing and we haven't even talked about career high for Shea, 55 points, double nickel.
Double nickel.
15 of 31
He's so good,
shooting,
dude.
23 of 26 from the line, 8 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals, 1 block, just doing his thing. Winning games once again, even snatching victory from the jaws of defeat in these last 2 games. Like, you want to talk about somebody that everybody wants to crown somebody else. Everybody wants to crown Luka. Everybody wants to recrown Jokic as MVP. Shea is showing you exactly why he has the ability to go ahead and repeat as MVP. Like, he is showing you that he is thinking the game and playing the game at a different level than everybody else. Like, it's very difficult for me to fathom that this guy has come in and every year we say, man, he did great last year. There's really not a lot that he can do to improve. And yet somehow, some way, he finds a way to improve his game and to improve the output that he puts out there. Just an amazing first couple of games for him, and just an amazing will to help the Thunder get these first 2 victories, because he's had to be the 1A, the 1B, the 1C for this team in these first 2 games. And so just shout out to him. The Thunder like to say that to be great, you have to be uncommon. He's completely uncommon. And the free throw merchant thing, like, he has shot 40 free throws in the first 2 games, but he's actually getting fouled. He's actually driving to the basket. He's getting contact. He's getting fouled. And like, here's the thing when you talk about the free throw merchant thing. So number 1, he's getting fouled. Number 2, nobody can stay in front of him. Like, NBA players athletes in general are the most prideful people on the planet, outside of probably like politicians and people like that. They're the most prideful people. They're not going to necessarily sing the praises of somebody if they don't actually think that, hey, he's a great player and he's very difficult to stop. There's been nothing but like praises about Shea, about the difficulties of guarding him, the difficulties of guarding him one-on-one. There's just been praises on it because he is very difficult to guard. He does not play the game. He does not think the game. He does not train for the game the way other players do. Like, if you see his offseason workout does not involve a ball. It does not involve weight.
Those balancing things.
Exactly. It involves, and so when you look at him play, like, there was a play in the Houston game where like his ankles were like darn near parallel to the ground.
They're like a deer in the road,
and, like,
icy road.
If you saw
It's
that
like
with
this.
somebody else, they would be out.
Bambi?
Yeah,
Like Bambi.
exactly.
It's
It's
like
basically
this.
like Bambi.
It's
Bambi
like,
on ice.
like this.
Any other player does that, and they're out for 2 to 4 weeks. Like, Shea does that every game. Like,
I got injured just watching it.
Yeah, exactly.
That hurt me mentally.
But my eyes, I'm out for 3 days. Like, my eyes were just shot
It's
after
like,
that.
good God, how did he do that?
But like his ability to just navigate and to keep his balance and all that, he is unlike anybody else. He is unlike anybody else that we've seen. Like, we talk about Kobe, we talk about Jordan. They're a lot more explosive than Shea is shifty. And so it's been amazing to watch him play these first 2 games. to lead this team to victory in these first 2 games. And as far as you can tell me, he's the MVP so far this season. Very young season, 2 games in, but it's going to be very difficult to snatch the MVP away from him. So
very difficult. I'm gonna go back to the free throw thing for a sec.
Sure.
You mentioned the 40 free throws in the first 2 games. There's an account called Funaki Stats. It's a Steven Adams fan account.
Yeah.
So he's now a Rockets fan, unfortunately. It's kind of cut into our relationship a good deal.
Yeah,
But
that's
he posted that the 40 free throw attempts in the first 2 games are the most in the first 2 games of a season in NBA history. Now, disclaimer, and he's a good guy. He's in mostly good faith here, but it was also the first time in NBA history that a team has played 2 double overtime games to start the season. And I pointed that out.
I want to pause. I want to pause here. Does double overtime mean more minutes of basketball played?
Yeah, as you mentioned earlier,
Magic Johnson tweet
2.4 games this season.
Okay, gotcha.
And he may have been the first to say it. I'm not sure, but like I've seen other accounts, like I've seen ESPN post it, like just like posting this stat
without that caveat.
Without that caveat. And when I mentioned that to Funaki Stats, he said, yeah, by the way, Shai's also played the 10th most minutes in NBA history in the first 2 games. So it's like, it cuts both ways, right? Like, it's really cool. Shai scored 90 points in the first 2 games. I'm not going to throw that caveat in every time somebody mentions that. I'll take that. But 40 free throws in 2 games, it goes the other way. And one of those games, like 26 free throws in a game, that's a complete outlier. But you know what, guys? I'm over it. I'm leaning into it.
I don't care.
I'm just going to be big fan of the free throws this year. Big fan. I hope he averages 18 free throws a game. I'm just going to brag about it. I'm just going to gloat.
I hope he smokes a pack of 100 free throws a game, dude. Mm-hmm. You just want all of them.
That's what I'm saying. I'm just going to hope he foul baits. I hope he went to the next level this year specifically because he starts drawing more fouls.
I don't care if every announcer of every single game says, "Oh, that's his 20th free throw," and they kind of subtly say, like, "Oh, he's had a little bit too much for this game." I don't care.
It is.
I don't care. I love it. I love every point of every game. Every point is 1 more point for me and less for you. And you can cry about it and you can shut up about it and go F yourself. I don't care. Free throws are points. And if
I want him to really start doing foul baiting stuff. I want him to really start doing like Jalen Brunson level, Harden shit, James Harden level, just like falling. When Chris Paul, I want him to start doing that thing where he just like backs up into people and gets knocked over.
That is his mentor.
Yeah,
I want all of it.
This is mentor. I'm just like, it's so where we've come from, like the Harden era of this to now is so just like we're just in such a different universe of what foul baiting is defined as.
The moment I got over it is when he drew that foul on KD at the end of the Rockets game, and I saw people complaining that he was foul baiting when it was like the most clear, the most like he tried to go score. KD actually kind of had him locked up, and he just pump faked because he had to try something.
Got to be disciplined.
KD flew into him.
Yeah,
and people were saying that was foul baiting, and at that moment, I was just like.
And I
like
get
the
that.
First quarter of the Pacers game, he drew like 8 free throws, and I was just like, yes, he is free throw merchanting all over the place. This is awesome. Just bragging about it.
To me, I can rationally understand that one because it was in a crucial moment of the game. For me, the one that was like, I don't give a crap anymore is in the Pacers game. I don't remember who it was, but somebody like threw his shoulder into his face. And he and naturally hit, kicked his face back. And that was clipped as a foul baiting clip. And I was just like, okay, well, you know what? I'm just going to get off. I'm done with this conversation because if this is what we're clipping as like foul baiting, then we've lost the plot of the game. We lost it probably a long while ago. I don't care. We've had this since last season for pretty much the entire season with Shea. I'm done with it. It's points. Like I said
not
earlier.
in good faith, and I'm over it.
Yeah, I get points. You do not get points. Boo-hoo. Go cry about it. If the league turns it over, great. If not, go cry about it on Twitter and social media. I don't care. I do not care anymore. You can. We've won a title. That's all I care about. Go cry in a ditch.
And
I'm just gonna start posting clips. Like, look at this foul he drew. This is incredible.
every time they complain,
Go the other way.
Yeah.
That was
every time they
awesome.
complain, I'm just gonna put the picture of J-Dub with the championship ring jersey on the middle finger. That's what I'm gonna put.
There was I think that was the exact video I was looking at, was the one in the Pacers game, and I was gonna post the J-Dub middle finger one, and about 3 other people did it. I was like, okay, great. So my job is done here. I don't need to do this.
I mean, hey, with all this said, the Thunder have played probably the 2 most physical teams that they're going to play all year in Houston and Indiana.
Very
Like,
tough
this is
early
And
schedule.
it only took out half of their roster.
Yeah, exactly.
we may not have anybody for the game 3.
Exactly. So this is probably not going to continue because other teams don't have the defensive rotation, the defensive personnel to do that against us. Atlanta might, which is the next game, but after that, not too many. So I'm down with free throw merch and Shea, but it's probably not going to happen. So looking ahead,
I hope he shoots 20 more on Saturday.
I want 30 free throws, dude. I want all the free throws you can freaking get.
I hope this game takes 3.5 hours.
I hope it goes to midnight.
Hey, I'm on the West Coast, baby. I got time.
Without overtime.
Steve Dolan will watch every free throw you see.
Watch them twice.
So, moving on. Great game. Moving on. It's been a crazy, great start to the season.
2-0, baby.
Yeah. Well, yeah, for us, yes, 2-0. But NBA-wise, it's been a great product to watch. You've had incredible performances in these first 4 or 5 days of the season. And so just real quick, rapid fire, I want to do a single large item of things outside of the Thunder sphere that you guys have seen, that you guys have loved about the beginning of the year. So I'm going to go ahead and start. I have completely loved the coverage that the NBA has gotten with their new TV partners. The NBA on NBC, that was a shot of nostalgia mixed in with a shot of refreshing basketball analysis. It was an amazing, it was a great show as far as like what they did, what they brought on, what they talked about, how they talked about the game. Please continue that. ESPN, ABC, I'm pretty sure. You know, we had our issues with them last year, but Legler and Richard Jefferson on the call, they were great. They were awesome. Again, breaking down the game, analysis, like teach the people how to watch the game. Teach the people what to look for in the game. Unfortunately, I did not get the opportunity to see the Amazon product today, but yeah, if you go on Twitter and you see the clips, you see like Udonis Haslem talking about defense in the New York game. You know, you're seeing that. Teach the people the game. Like, don't teach the people narratives. Don't teach the people, different stories.
Merchant.
Free throw merchant and blah, blah, blah. Teach the people the game so they can appreciate the game, so that no matter who is on TV, they're going to like the product. And so bravo to the new TV partners. Bravo to ESPN's new analysis team out there, for every game. And I hope it continues throughout the season. Like, the numbers showed that people appreciate this.
For me, bring Doris Burke back because I want to hear Shea get called a free throw merchant more. I'm into it now.
Give me all the free throws. Give me every single free throw.
Complain about it.
I want 40 free throw attempts from Shea.
And on a related note, I will say that Adam Silver won, and I caved, and I just went ahead and got YouTube TV today.
because you're not a poor.
We
You're not a poor, Steve.
Steve,
But it was almost more the principle of it, like the demands being made when I pay for League Pass, man. Like that's supposed to be good enough, but it's definitely not.
I should have
two-
called out to you. We have YouTube, and we should. I should have.
But
I should have
no,
mentioned.
they do all sorts of like location stuff. YouTube TV
I
does with like
know,
sharing.
I
You have to be like
know.
close to the home. It's all
No. My. We'll talk after the stream.
Right.
We'll talk after.
Don't incriminate yourself. Don't
anyways,
incriminate yourself.
I was just like, I will stream, and I've even like, I've talked to friends about VPNs
YouTube
and
TV is very annoying, I agree.
IPTVs and like all sorts of like sketchy things. Like you have to go by in back alleys to hook your TV into,
Yeah.
and just find. And then
At Mafia
I was
card
trying to
games.
stream the game yesterday, and it was glitching so much and buffering, and the streams were getting taken down, and I was having to refresh, and I was just like, enough, Adam Silver, you win. Like, take my money. Fine.
Yeah.
So it's really annoying, but he wins.
Yeah. I get it.
So what is your large item? Single large item. Stone.
I feel like it has to be Victor Wembanyama.
That was one of mine. He's so good.
So good.
He seemed like he freaking.
It's scary,
cooked
but also
Anthony
he
Davis.
makes me giggle a lot. I'm just like kind of sitting there biting my nails and giggling.
It feels like the first couple years of Curry. Like when you were seeing him launching threes from anywhere and everywhere and making them, that was fun until he started winning.
Yeah, right, exactly. But at least when he wasn't winning, you could tell yourself the like, you know, the Charles Barkley thing. Like shooting teams don't win. Like this is a parlor trick. Like it's fun highlights and stuff, but this isn't gonna work long term. But it doesn't feel like that with Wemby, man. It's like he's making dunk shots, and I'm pretty sure I know dunk shots work. And nobody will go in the paint when he's down there for obvious reasons, and it's just kind of scary.
Dude, he's out here like he's dribbling like KD. Like
now, we do need to say, like you mentioned Anthony Davis, and it's possible Anthony Davis is just not as good anymore.
Could be
that's on the table, but
he could be bad. Yeah.
Anyway, continue dribbling.
Well, no. I mean, he's out here. He's 7'5". Rumors are he could be 7'7", 7'6". But he's out here like the thing that made KD so difficult to guard at the size that he was his ability to move around off the dribble. And yeah, like you said, it may be an Anthony Davis thing, but he was putting Davis on skates at the 3-point line. He was putting whoever they put in front of him on skates, you know, from the perimeter. And you're talking about a 7'6" guy where if he gets one step on you, he's already dunking it. He's already in the paint. It's over.
He's dunking it. Yeah, for me, it's mostly the defense and the dunking.
Mm-hmm.
So he can always dunk it.
Yeah, it was one of those things where you're watching it and you're like, hey, the Thunder might have oh shit. Here we go again. You know, here goes the next thing. Here goes the next player that's gonna, you know, be in the way. I think we're designed to not have one player stop us, but he's trending towards being that kind of player that makes it, regardless of what kind of defense you have, makes it so difficult to guard.
It makes me, the one thing it does make me think about the Thunder's future plans is maybe we should prioritize shooting a little bit more than we have, because like the paint might not be available in some games.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Anyway, enough of that. It's scary. Let's change the subject.
I have a quick NBA whatever. The Mafia is so Portland Trailblazers won by 20 points tonight against the Golden State Warriors, who covered the spread. And guess who else covered the spread?
The Lakers.
The other team that was indicated in this.
Oh, the Trailblazers.
The Miami Heat.
Shit, I don't know.
Rozier covered by 32 against the Memphis Grizzlies with John Morant. I don't know whose music's playing in the background, but
I love it.
but the Mafia won tonight. The Mafia won. How about that?
Cosa Nostra.
Adam Silver won with the Mafia. That's all I got. I didn't really watch much of the NBA tonight. I'll be honest.
You haven't watched the last 5 days at all?
I've literally watched 2 games. It's the Oklahoma City Thunder against the Rockets and the Oklahoma City Thunder against the Pacers, baby.
Well, hey,
I watched the end of Kings and Jazz while we were talking to each other.
I didn't watch that. I was watching you guys. I was watching you guys in the face.
The Jazz lost, unfortunately.
How's Russell Westbrook doing?
Is he doing good? Please tell me he's doing good.
7 points, 4 assists. I think the end is near.
Damn, bro, man.
I think the end is near. I love the guy, but I think the end is near.
Man.
It's all good. He'll be in town Tuesday. Speaking of, looking ahead for the Thunder, we have more than likely 3 games before we podcast again. So on Saturday, we are in Atlanta.
Again, do an injury report. Chet's questionable with back soreness.
Spasms, back soreness.
Kaysen Wallace is questionable with that knee sprain, so same thing. Surely it's not serious if they're doing questionable.
Mm-hmm.
And then all the other guys are still out. So Caruso, Joe, Dub, Topic, Sorbo, of course.
I'm pretty sure Kaysen's gonna play because doesn't his brother play for that team? Yeah. Keaton plays on that team.
Family competition.
If he can play, he'll play. That's a good call.
Yeah.
But so Saturday Atlanta, Monday at Dallas, and then Tuesday back-to-back at home against Sacramento.
Alex, I don't think you can give people injury information like that. I think you're going to get Chauncey Billups.
Yep. You're going to get kicked by the FBI, brother. Kicked to the curb.
Yeah. I know.
See ya, brother.
What is y'all's prediction for those 3 games?
3-0, baby.
Yeah.
Shay's going to average 37 free throws a game.
Jerry mindset. We're going to win every game. Shay is going to score every point from a free throw. I genuinely want, I don't want this, but I genuinely want Shay to score every single point he scores from a free throw. That'd be so funny.
All of them.
Every single point from a free throw.
He'd still average 20, please. Baby.
He would, but I want one game where he doesn't. It's not that he doesn't attempt enough field goals. He just gets fouled every time. I want him to score every point.
0
for 0.
25 points, 0 for 0 from the field.
Yep, exactly. 0 for 0, 25 of 27. I want that stat line by the end of the season. If you were listening to this, Shay, because I know you're a friend of Dolan or Dylan, excuse me. You took a picture with him, and you're a friend of the pod. In that sense, please.
In a very loose sense.
Yeah, in a very loose sense. Please go 25 or 27.
Songs about the man.
Yep. I need it.
I say we go 2-1.
Boo! What are you doing?
I'm being a realist.
How
many free throws?
L take
How many
L
free throws
boo.
per Shay?
L boo.
38.
L
38
per
free
game.
Throws. All right, fine.
L boo.
But yeah, I think we go 2-1. But yeah, I would love to see us go 3-0. Start the season. What we started last year 7-0, I think it was, before we lost.
Yeah,
Denver.
Dude. History repeats itself.
Oh yeah, we lost to Denver first. That's right.
Yeah. So yeah, hopefully we see that repeat itself. But
well, we're not going to lose to these teams though.
No, come on, we win all those.
Might be a little bit tough, especially.
We're
tired against the Hawks, but they just played tonight.
We had the best East Conference record
Mavericks
of
are
history.
garbage, and the Kings are garbage.
Well, Mavericks are garbage, but that would be the game.
No, it wouldn't.
That'd be the game where Cooper Flag goes off for like 25 points.
No.
Not be the game.
No, our defense. The defense. We have the best.
They don't have anybody who can dribble. They're gonna.
That's true.
I predict 23 turnovers
by Dallas
in that game. Yeah.
Nice. I like that prop bet.
and 23 free throws for Shea.
FanDuel, baby.
23 for 23, baby.
FanDuel.
23
Bet the
turnovers.
over.
23
This is
free
not
throws.
gambling
over.
advice, nor do I have inside information.
We do not
Bet the
have
over on the turnovers.
FBI. We do not have inside information.
Smash it. Mash it.
Smash the over. Tail me.
Kosh Patel, we do not know anything whatsoever.
All right. Other than that, guys, do you have anything else that you would
No.
like to discuss? All right. So, as we always say, I have no idea what we always say. What do we always say to
God bless Hoop when you can.
Hoop when you
When you
can. And as always,